Do you just wear your uniform out of the arena?
So funny story. I didn't. I showered eventually, and then obviously went to the after party and after dinner and stuff like that. But I do recall one of my teammates did show up to the after party still wearing the entire uniform, shoes tied, shooting sleeve on.
Well, I saw Giannis checking into a hotel at 4 in the morning. I got a picture from a buddy, and he's got the trophies, and he's in full uniform. And he's at the front desk checking into a hotel at 4. It was like he was checking into the game at 4 in the morning.
I mean, you saw his Chick-fil-A order the next morning when he
Yeah.
said he didn't sleep. So Giannis is. I think the one of the coolest part was about this whole thing is the world got to see a little bit of Giannis's personality. I mean, he's quiet sometimes to media, and obviously he's very focused on accomplishing our goals. But when you get him and he's outside and he's in the locker room outside of a media and business setting, the kid's funny, and I was happy that the world got to see that.
Yeah, he came off as a great kid. I mean, I shouldn't say kid. I mean, he had humility,
Yep.
sense of humor, timing. There was a lot, and I was glad that he was able to showcase that because I think we were always going to be looking at him going, "Hey, you can win all those MVPs. You got to win championships." Well, now he got a hall pass. He's on scholarship for a little while. That people aren't going to go, "Hey, when are you going to win a championship?" When did you realize, though, what he was capable of doing?
The first day I got here 3 years ago, and I signed with the Bucks. I was we were having some open gym type stuff, and we were all working out in the morning. And I'm a second round guy, a guy that was trying to make sure that I had a role on this team. So at night, I'd come back and I'd work out, and I think I did it in Portland. It's something that I have to do. It's something that I enjoy doing, but you got to put time into your craft. And uh, the coolest part that I think people don't know is when I came back and continue to come back, Giannis was there. And Giannis looked at me like, "What are you doing here?" And I looked at him like, "What are you doing here? I'm the guy that has to be here. Why are you here?" And so, just the things that he does behind the scenes and the time and effort that he puts in that people don't see, I think, made me realize that he is a championship type guy. And then it was just watching his growth as a leader. He had obviously the physical work ethic that I would see on a daily basis, but the vocal leadership that he's grown into, that type of role he's grown into, to where when he got hurt and he was out for those last two games in Atlanta, he was still present on the bench. He was still being vocal, both individually and collectively to the team, to teammates, and pulling them aside to give them the confidence to understand that he was here. He had our backs, even though he wasn't out there, and it was on us to make sure we had his.
That was a scary injury, though, Pat, because you had guys, former players, who came on this show and said they didn't know if he'd even play again in the rest of the postseason. That's why I think we're underselling what he accomplished in the finals based off of the hyperextended knee. I mean, remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a freak. He's got that nickname for a reason. But I think the funny part is exactly what you said. It was questionable if he was going to play again in the postseason. He was able to make it back for game one of the finals, and because of the type of obviously series he had, I think people kind of forget. Hey, it was a question if he was going to play again, but because of the performances he had, people kind of took it for granted, and he just wanted to win, and that was the coolest part about being alongside a superstar. All he cared about was winning.